Hi, honey.
Hi. We ate on the way, Mother.
I see.
Yes. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, this is Victor. He's Nola's yoga teacher, right?
Nice to meet you, Eli Sims.
Yeah,
He's sort of following me around to study my lifestyle.
Sweetheart, couldn't he follow your lifestyle from a distance, say out by the front door?
Please.
Or maybe Cleveland, huh?
Oh, now you remember the kitchen, my mother's kitchen. We were here yesterday and a little while ago. You remember? It's all right.
Okay, but I'm gonna be right outside the door.
Right. You know, I think I should have studied. Yoga may be a little bit more difficult than I can handle.
Nola, I may not know anything about yoga, but I was not born yesterday.
What do you mean, Mom?
I mean, who is that yoga teacher, and why is he following you around?
I know it wouldn't work. I told Quint it wouldn't work.
Nola, who is
I just should have said he was a foreign exchange student or just something else.
It's a bodyguard.
How did you know that?
He's a bodyguard? What do you need a bodyguard for? Are you in some kind of danger,
It's just
Nola?
that Quint insisted.
Quint, I knew it. I don't believe it. He's gotten some kind of adventure again, right? He hasn't told anybody about it. I'm going to go right
No,
over there
you're...
and give him...
Mother, just calm down. Will you just calm down?
Calm down. I've got the Hulk out there by my front door carrying knives and guns and who knows what else. And you're telling me to calm down?
It's nothing.
Nothing.
Tell me it's
Listen
nothing.
to the child, Eli. She's telling me it's nothing. Both my children are in danger. First Tony, I'm sorry, Eli. And now her. I'm going to go over there and give your husband...
No, you're not. No, you're not. Now, listen, we told you that story not to upset you so you wouldn't worry. And you can't go over to the house because you might upset Henry and he's going to the hospital next week.
What?
Henry's going... Is he sick again?
That's what I came over here to tell you. He's going to be fine. He's just going in to the hospital for a checkup for a few days. He's fine.
Oh, well, that's great. That's really good news. Look, anytime you want to visit him, I'll be happy to drive you over.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry I got so upset, Nola. I'm just so confused. There's been so much happening here
No, it's
today.
fine, Mom, really. But what was this about Tony and...
Look, Nola, maybe, you better sit down for a minute. Please.
Right.
Annabelle's psychiatrist was killed last night.
Killed?
Yes. It's awful.
Well, have the police been here? Have they found a motive or anything?
Not yet. I suspect that it's drug-related.
No, but Ross was here. He was here. He said he wanted to talk to Annabelle before the police got here.
In case she saw anything while it was still fresh in her mind, then.
Nola, you seem to know something about police work.
Oh, well, no, not really. I just sort of interested in everything that's been happening since Annabelle's been in town.
What do you mean, everything?
Nothing. Just, what did Ross say?
Oh, he just said he wanted to talk to Annabelle because apparently she had the last appointment.
She was the last person to see this doctor alive?
Oh, no, they don't know that. He wants to talk to her. I'm sure they're going to interview all of the doctor's patients.
Oh, I see. Where is Annabelle now?
With Ross?
And Tony?
With Annabelle.
So you can see why your mother was so upset, Nola, and then this guy outside, you know.
Sure. Yeah, I understand now. I mean, Tony's so close to Annabelle and all those men in the picture and everything.
What?
Oh, nothing. I know that she's not involved in this at all, really.
Well, of course she isn't, any more than any of us are.
I really wish I could convince them that she doesn't know anything about this.
No, I wish she did know something about it. I think we'd all be better off. Listen, I'll see you later. I'll talk to you later. Victor, come on, let's go! Quentin? Quentin, are you here? Gosh. Oh, boy.
Nola, what is it?
No, I'm fine. I'm
Is something
all right.
wrong?
No,
What's
nothing's
happening?
wrong. Just listen to me.
No, wait a minute. Where's Victor?
No, listen to me. Quentin,
where's
listen to me, please. Where is Henry? He's in there. Okay, now listen. I found out that Annabelle is seeing a psychiatrist to help find out why she has these blackouts.
Well, that's all very well, Nola, but I don't see anything in that to get upset about.
The psychiatrist that she was seeing was murdered last night.
Murdered?
Yes, and she was the last person to see her.
Yes, it's a terrible thing, but I still don't see where one thing connects with the other.
Well, I know, but think about all the things that Annabelle has been through while she's here in Springfield. I mean, it sort of makes you wonder, right?
That's right. She was there in Chicago when Bill Bauer was killed.
Right.
She was in Henry's room when the respirator was unplugged.
That's right.
And she was in H.B. Lewis's apartment when he disappeared.
And the psychiatrist that she was seeing to help her is dead now, and Annabelle was the last person to see her alive.
Do the police suspect Annabelle?
Well, I don't know. But I hope not.
Why?
I think she was framed. And I think that someone knows about her blackouts is doing all the killing.
You mean your theory about one of the men in the picture is doing the killing of all the rest?
Yes, and that same person killed her psychiatrist because if Annabelle's blackouts are cured, she won't be a suspect anymore. And maybe...
Maybe what?
Maybe it's the same person that hit you over the head the other night.
Well, I told Ross who we thought it was.
Well, Quentin, I hope he believes this because somebody has to stop H.B. Lewis.
Oh, there she is. Agatha, I would like you to meet my sister-in-law, Nola Reardon Chamberlain.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Oh, Reardon. Reardon, why, I knew a Dolly Reardon at school. Her father was in cotton.
Cotton what? Shirts? Thread?
Why, balls. Oh, they had the loveliest little plantation down in Natchez.
Oh, my mother has a boarding house on 7th Street.
Oh, wow, how marvelous. I've always thought it would be so interesting to run a boarding house, almost like being an Elizabethan innkeeper.
Oh, I don't know if that would be so much fun. My brother wouldn't like wearing those kites around all the time.
Miss Chamberlain, Cook asked me to tell you lunch is ready.
Oh, how marvelous. Thank you, Jane. Well, shall we go to the gazebo? Agatha, you must be starved.
Jane, I'm a little hungry myself. Is there any other...
Why don't you join us, my dear? We'll be dining al fresco. Oh, and Vanessa, dear, I have just a little something for you.
For me? Oh, how sweet. Thank you.
Antique tea ball.
Oh. Oh, my. Yes, it is. Oh, how lovely.
Lovely.
Well, we'll just have to brew a pot of tea with this right after lunch.
And we know which pot we will use, don't we, my dear?
Do we?
Well, yes, of course. The Marie Antoinette pot. Well, the one that very nice Mr. Lewis got such a good bargain on at the auction the other day. You know, they match perfectly.
Yes.
Yes, well, he told me that he was planning to make a little present of it to you. I can hardly wait to see the two of them together.
Well, that won't be possible because I no longer have the pot.
Oh, no?
No, I gave it back.
Oh. What a pity it's almost winter. You know, otherwise, we could all have dinner in the gazebo tonight as well.
Well, you know, actually, I love the place any time of year. And, you know, I was thinking that it was exactly, well, it was about 2 years ago that my husband, Quint, and we met in the gazebo.
Oh, really? Well, I didn't know that. Kismet in the gazebo.
So?
Oh, my dear, how exciting. How utterly romantic. Don't you think so, Vanessa?
Oh, yes, terribly romantic. But, you know, on the more practical side of things, I do realize that many people find computers a risky business. But actually, if one has done one's homework, as I have...
Well, yes. You know, I wanted to ask you a question.
Oh, about my research into computers?
Well, I was wondering, would you mind terribly if I invited someone here for dinner tonight?
No, not at all.
Oh, well, wonderful. You know, he is a very good friend of mine, and he's also very interested in tea accessories.
Oh, how exciting. Now, Spaulding Enterprises is beginning its search for venture capital into our computer exploits.
Oh, do you know what you need?
Yes. Yes, I have the exact figures.
You need a tea cozy. Yes, you do. Something to keep the teapot nice and warm so you can sit outside on those autumn afternoons and enjoy a bracing cup of tea.
Tea cozy.
My dear, I do hope I won't offend you if I make a small observation.
No, no, no.
Well, I just couldn't help but notice that, well, the tea was just a tiny bit tepid when Jane served it in the gazebo.
Agatha, I'm so sorry. I do hope you'll forgive me.
Oh, my dear, think nothing about it at all. After all, what are friends for?
Excuse me, Agatha, a tea cozy, is that sort of like a toaster cover?
Well, you know, as a matter of fact, they are.
Oh, I saw a very old one. It was quilted, and it was made by Quakers.
Oh, my dear, was it 18th century?
No, 1700s.
Oh. Now, where did you see this?
Well, I saw it at a store at the mall.
At the mall. Do you know, at the mall, I saw the most fascinating store of computer software projects.
My
And I
dear,
thought to myself,
I wanted to know, do they have any other tea accessories?
Oh, yes, they have lots.
I wonder, would you be so kind as to take me there with you someday?
Oh, I'd love to, but, I don't know if they have anything else there you'd be interested in.
Oh, I am interested in absolutely everything in the whole wide world, but most especially anything to do with tea.
Tea. Well, they have a lot of tea there. My mother likes a little black tea, just simple, but they have, they have English tea, Indian tea, they have orange tea, they have tea for two. These cute little tea bags just for two people. It's really cute.
Yes, and Father's just returned from a checkup, Ross.
Yes, how is he?
Well, Dr. Anderson seems to think he's getting stronger every day, but he still has a ways to go.
Well, at least he's on the right track.
Yes. Would you care for a brandy?
No, thank you. I'd like to speak with Henry for a few minutes.
Oh. Well, Father's napping right now.
Well, then I'll wait for him to wake up, that is, if you don't mind.
Ross, what do you wish to speak to my father about?
Someone has been murdered. Dr. Gwen Harding.
Yes, Annabelle's psychiatrist, Nola told me. Annabelle must be quite upset.
Actually, she's taking it very well, all things considered. In fact, she is doing everything she can to help us find the killer.
That's good to hear. But I still don't see the connection between that and speaking with my father.
This has to do with that photograph that Tom Reardon took on the fishing trip.
The one that has the young girl in it that looks like Annabelle.
Quentin, your father, was in the photograph, too.
So was Bill Bauer, Brandon Spaulding, and H.B. Lewis.
After Bill Bauer died, somebody erased his features from a copy of that photograph that was hanging in Tony's bar company. Now, after Henry had his heart attack, another copy showed up, and his features are erased.
Go on.
Something happened on that trip. Now, we don't know what, but the repercussions from it are still being felt today, 23 years later.
And that's what you wish to speak to my father about?
Yes, Henry's the only one with first-hand knowledge about that trip.
Ross, H.B. Lewis was on that fishing trip, too. He's the one you should be talking to.
Yes, well, you can't talk to someone that you can't find.
Last week you said you were sure that you would find him.
Well, let's just say I underestimated Mr. Lewis's skill at evading the police. That's another reason I want to talk to Henry.
What?
H.B. Lewis is an old friend of Henry's. So maybe Henry could give us a clue as to where H.B.'s hiding out.
I don't think it would be of much use speaking to Father now.
Why?
He suffered a memory loss.
Is it temporary?
Yes, we hope so. So there'd be no use in quizzing him right now.
This amnesia, is it total?
No.
Well, then there might be something, some minor detail that Henry could remember.
I'm sorry, Ross. I can't help you. I won't allow you to speak to my father now.
I'll only be a few minutes, Quentin.
Ross, don't you understand that it's important to us right now to keep anything from Henry that might upset him? So talking to him is out of the question.
I could serve him with a subpoena, you know.
I hope you won't do that.
One person is already dead because of that photograph. You willing to be responsible for other lives that might be lost?
I'm sorry, Ross, but the only life I feel responsible for right now is my father's.
And that's your final word?
Ross, I hope you can find some other way of finding out what you need to know. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. But it won't involve my father. I cannot allow you to speak to him.